Hi everyone, and welcome to the Pixie Dust Designs YouTube channel. I am Natasha, and today we are going to be making a little decor using the shaker strawberry die set from Pixie Dust Designs. I am going to be using the strawberries, so the smaller strawberry outlines. I may or may not use the chocolate coating, and then I also have the stems for the strawberries. I am also going to be using this shaker mix, which is new to the Pixie Dust Design store, and it has strawberries, hearts, and little red balls in here, so we're going to be using that. My decor will be a small embroidery hoop. This is about a 4-inch in diameter embroidery hoop, and I'm going to be using an organza bag. And you can use whatever fabric you have on hand, but I want to turn this into kind of a shaker. So that is why I will be using an organza bag. But here are the strawberries. I did cut out a lot. I don't need them all, but we will see what happens as we go. I like to be prepared. I also cut out the stems multiple times. So this is just some red paper and then some green paper. And then these are the drips for chocolate that you can die cut out. I did them in white so I can ink them up if I choose to use them. I also have red ink as well as green ink, and I am going to be using those to add some dimension to my strawberries. But let's go ahead and grab a few of these strawberries and add, I think I'm going to grab 3. And we are going to ink those up. So we'll also need 3 backers. And again, I don't mind if some of the holes are missing. You will need wet glue as well as a hot glue gun. That's just my preference for this. Since it is decor, I want to make sure it doesn't fall apart. And then we also need the 3 stems here. So let me grab those. So I'm just going to add a little bit of ink around mainly the edges of the strawberry just to give a little depth. I can already see a difference by doing that. So I'm just adding around the sides. If the little pieces pop out, that is perfectly fine. Add some towards the bottom. Hopefully you can see the difference. This is the one reason I love to ink blend on color cardstock with a similar color, because it just adds that depth that you may be looking for. So like you can see the darkness there. I want a little bit more here. You're able to add in some highlights and shadows or whatever. Let's do the same thing using my green, and I'm just gonna go for it. Mainly concentrating the ink in the center of this stem. And trying to just use what's on my brush. Now for these smaller pieces, I'm going to try to do the same thing, but it's small, so we'll see how well I can do that. And of course, they're all turned over. All right, so that is that. We have those. So again, grabbing my wet glue, I am going to add some glue here and adhere this bit where it needs to go. I am going to go ahead and adhere the stems on just so everything can be drying while I am doing the next part. So no rhyme or reason, I'm just placing them on so we can have them. We may not use all 3. We may end up needing more. Who knows with me? But yeah. And I am not going to pop these up. These pieces are way too small to pop up. So just going to place them. And once they are dry, I will go back and do my highlights. All right, so there are our 3 completed mini strawberries. And like I said, I did go ahead and die cut out the drips. But again, I'm unsure if I will be using them. And if I do, I would ink them up probably to be dark chocolate or milk chocolate. All right, moving on to the actual hoop. I have this hoop here and I have this organza bag. I'm going to add in a bit of the shaker mix to the bag, and then I'm also going to add in a few probably white sequins just to break up some of the color a bit. And I think I want the larger balls to not be in here, so we're going to do a little more of a clay mix. Yeah, and I'm just going to add in a white sequins mix that I already have, and we are going to take the balls out, all of them, if I can grab them. I'm going to take all those out, and I want this to be a flat shaker. Then I'm just going to add in this white mix. It's white and iridescent, and there's even stars in there just to break up some of the color. All right, so I like that movement. I am again going to put all the shaker mix to the center. And then I am going to place this inside of my hoop. And we are going to close this. So now we have this shaker hoop that is filled with mix, and I'm just going to tighten this, even though it doesn't necessarily need it even more, but I'm going to go ahead and tighten that even more so nothing should move. And then I'm going to grab my scissors. I should have brought fabric scissors, but I'm just going to cut away the excess. If you don't have organza, you can use like some lace. You see here, I'm using a bag to sandwich it, but if you have like the roll of tulle, you could roll that out and sandwich that in between. If you choose, you can use paper, acetate, whatever. I'm just using the organza bag. I have a bunch of them, so why not use them? All right. Again, just trimming away a lot of the excess. And trying to make sure everything is nice and cleaned up. And push the inside ring down even more. All right. So this is what we are left with. I am going to grab my hot glue gun, and I am going to just put hot glue around just to hold things in place. So it's not a lot of glue, but just enough to keep things in place. And I'm trying to like flatten it out before it completely dries. Just a thin coat and keep it nice and neat. All right, guys, so this is what my hoop looks like. And I did decide to go ahead and ink up one more additional strawberry. So now I have, and I also went back and die cut out the large strawberry from the same die set. I just need to ink up the leaves for this. And we are going to mainly use the outer part that would have helped create a shaker, because I felt like it needed a little bit more strawberry on here. And so sometimes plans change while I'm creating, and that's just how it goes. So for this, I am going to grab some foam tape and pop that up. All right, so with that complete, all right, I'm going to tap my shaker mix to the side, because when I start adhering things, I don't want my shaker mix to be all stuck behind. All right, so this is the look that I am going for. So we are going to slowly build this back. And I'm going to give some tips along the way. So first, we are going to place down the strawberry. And we are going to be careful about placement, because we are going to have to move our shaker mix back where it belongs. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a bit over there and then put the strawberry into place. All right, now I'm going to take the insert or the negative part of the strawberry, and I'm going to add this over just to add more interest. I'm going to move all the mix up and out of the way. All right, again, this is hot glue, so you gotta work fast. Okay, next is the flour, and I am going to be gluing everything on the red part. So that way, if I need to, I can move it, and then it also allows the shaker bits to move. All right, we're gonna do a bit of this. One strawberry here at the bottom. Again, to the red piece. All right, we are also going to glue in the white flour. And we're gonna do a small white flour here, just to try to cover up some of the red. So now you see shaker all around. All right, so now we are going to add on strawberry. So here is the finished mini embroidery hoop that is also a shaker. I did go in with the Kisses stamp set and add the I love you sentiment just using some regular black ink. I went ahead and added a bow to cover the metal portions of the top of the embroidery hoop, and I also tucked in a bit of thread. But here is what it is looking like, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing your mini embroidery hoops. Thank you for checking out the Pixi Dust Designs channel today. I'm Natasha. Have a great day.